These are two little red raspberries, and this is a twig, and this represents me. This is not to scale. I'm gonna place this on the ground. And this is a tile from our roof, and it represents the marriage. And this is a question. This is what may happen if you ask that question. This was the story of our anniversary.
Oh my goodness. First thing, we need a break.
We are at Apple Farm. This is one of our favorite places. Evidently, they're only open till 11. And it's almost 2. They're supposed to be open for lunch and dinner? That's really weird. Well, that sucks. So much for our anniversary, right? Okay, so let's see here.
Failure number 1.
Nah, it's only failure for today.
If you go back to...
Where should we go?
Well, let's go into Cambria.
All right, well, we made it to Cambria.
Attempt number 2.
And we're at a place that's supposedly famous called Lynn's, and hopefully they have some good food here. We'll see. We're gonna have to pick that up.
Sizzling in the topper, sweet heat sauce. That sounds good.
So we're in this restaurant with all these bikes all around, and these are clearly nice bikes. And it turns out this guy comes up and is giving us water, and he looks at my shirt and he notices my shirt, it has Alpe d'Huez on it, and he says, "Do you ride bikes?" And I said, "Yeah." And it turns out it's the owner of Lynn's restaurant, Aaron Lynn. And the story is he was an excellent national bike racer in America back in the day of the 80s and early 90s, kind of that heyday of cycling. And he was deciding on whether to become professional or not, decided to stay with the family business, and he was such a nice guy. I'll put the link to the restaurant down below and some stories about him if you want to look at it later. And he gave me this advice of where to ride in Cambria and some different stories. It was really fascinating, so very cool. So we just met the owner of Lynn's restaurant. Turns out, somewhat famous. No, we're okay, thanks. And there's a story behind the bikes. Here's one of his, how they filmed American Flyers. With all the camera. That's the bike up there that they used. And he has a whole thing of the cameras. Right there. There's Kevin Costner. Old photos from the 80s. Look at that. Amazing. This doesn't suck. So was it wrong to bring my bike on our anniversary? Well, it's 6:30 in the morning. It's really cold, actually. Super overcast. You can hardly even see the beach. And I'm on Moonstone Drive where all the hotels are. She's still sleeping. I'm just gonna go to Main Street and then turn left at Santa Rosa Creek Road and then just go up to almost 2,000 feet. And we will know if this was a good idea. But the most important part of this is how was I able to accomplish this? And that I will explain
as I go along this ride. There's a old-fashioned schoolhouse, 1881. Look at that. Is that crazy? So that guy, Aaron, told me about this road. He said it's like the local Strava segment. So now might be a good time to tell you how exactly I pulled this off. Well, number one, you need to know your limits. Number two, you need to set the stage and plant the seed in your wife's mind. So naturally, my wife says, oh, it's our anniversary. You know, where we should go is Cambria. And what I did was I said, that's wonderful. I would love to go to Cambria. But most importantly, I said, it's so beautiful there. I'm not gonna bring my bike. Maybe someday we could go to Cambria and I'll bring my bike, but not this time. But then what I did is I started looking up all the cool stuff we can do. And this is where you gotta know your limits. There was great wineries, there was this, there was that. And because I know that my wife is not a morning person, and I am, I started looking forward to the trip. I had an itinerary starting at 6 o'clock in the morning that we can get up early in the morning and look at the sunrise, and then we can go do this and this and this and this and this. And you could tell in her mind that she was getting exhausted already. Now remember, that seed was planted deep within her subconscious. So I said we can wake up early and we'll go for a drive in places where I think would just be beautiful drives, kind of like where I would want to go riding. See where I'm going with that? So a couple days pass. She says, you know, I was thinking about it. If you want, you could bring your bike. Score! And that is how the deal is done. And was it worth it? Oh, look at this. Is this incredible? What's cool about this is as you're riding, I don't know if you could hear it, but you could hear the creek all throughout the ride on the side. This goes along the creek. And it's not entirely all the way uphill. It's a lot of undulations and stuff. But you go through these areas where the trees are just overhanging, you know? And I'm glad I brought my cyclocross bike because it's got wider tires and it's tubeless, so I can do lower tire pressure, because there's parts of the road that are very chopped up, a lot of potholes and broken up concrete. A little bit better. I'm glad I didn't bring my other bike, because that would be too much to ask to bring two mistresses on your anniversary. Yeah, I think that would be pushing it. Oh, let's get going. Oh man, I didn't make it to the top. I thought I would, but I was filming and stuff and stopping, looking at the views, and pretty soon before you know it, the time is gone. So I only have about a half an hour to get back, and I need to, you know, not look too closely into the sun and don't push it here. But this is pretty awesome. The views are amazing. I wish I could go farther, but it actually isn't too much farther. I think I'm about maybe 1 mile away, and I'm gonna have to be careful because I can't see, and this sucks. All right, let's get down, do the rest of the trip. Well, it wasn't as good as spending time with you.
This is my type of place, right? Totally Cambria's type of store. There's a lot of signs about ferries here. I think we're in fairyland. Exactly why I wanted to come to Cambria. Every garden needs a chicken. Okay. This is kind of cool.
Fairy village.
It's a fairy village.
Oh, sweet.
Is this going to be my favorite memory of this trip? Maybe it will.
We're doing wifey stuff.
Yeah, this is again my kind of place.
Squirrel. I'm scared of squirrels now.
I'm scared. Squirrels were pretty aggressive in Cambria. So we're going into an antique store. That's what I need is a rooster. Where are we going right now?
I'm going to drag you to the yarn store.
Okay, I love you.
I love you too.
This is good. Here it is. What was that movie with? When Harry Met Sally. Partake in my begun by. I don't know if I would want the T-Rex or the surfing monkey. All right, so we're done with Cambria.
We're done. It was a great 3 days.
It was a great 3 days. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Happy
I love
anniversary. You. I love you so much.
What was your favorite part?
There was a lot of good.
Yes.
I liked walking on the beach.
Walking on the beach.
I liked going.
What about the elephant seals?
The elephant seals are always good.
Yeah.
Driving up the coast. The food's amazing.
Actually, that
Lots of good food.
that summer, that lunch place we went to,
Yeah.
where it was Robin's.
Robin's. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really good. What was your favorite part?
Just being with you.
Uh-huh.